Backstage at WWE, an unprecedented and deeply emotional reunion has been confirmed as Roman Reigns met with his cousins Jimmy and Jey Uso in what insiders are describing as a heartfelt and transformative moment ahead of the high-stakes Crown Jewel event. Sources indicate that this reunion is not merely a passing handshake or a scripted segment. It represents the culmination of weeks of intense backstage tension, personal reflection, and the complicated family dynamics that have defined the Bloodline storyline for over a year. WWE fans have long followed the saga of Roman and the Usos with rapt attention, and this confirmed reunion promises to add layers of emotion, narrative intrigue, and personal stakes that extend far beyond the confines of the ring. The context: a faction tested. To understand the significance of this reunion, it's essential to consider the recent events leading up to Crown Jewel. The Bloodline, one of WWE's most dominant factions, has been at the center of high-stakes rivalries, championship pursuits, and backstage drama. Roman Reigns, as the tribal chief, has maintained his role as both mentor and authoritarian leader, guiding the trajectory of the faction while asserting control over the WWE landscape. However, the past months have seen cracks emerge within the faction's unity. Jimmy and Jey Uso, while deeply loyal to their cousin, have expressed moments of frustration and ambition that occasionally clash with Roman's leadership. Reports from insiders indicate that backstage tensions, personal disagreements, and questions of individual recognition created a complex web of uncertainty around the trio's relationship. The reunion, therefore, is significant not just for its emotional resonance, but also for its potential impact on the faction's cohesion heading into one of WWE's most critical international events. The reunion. Behind-the-scenes sources. Familiar with the backstage interactions, describe the meeting as deeply personal and emotionally charged. Roman Reigns reportedly initiated the conversation with his cousins in a private, untelevised setting, emphasizing the importance of family, loyalty, and collective dominance as the Bloodline prepared for Crown Jewel. Witnesses suggest that Roman's tone combined both authority and genuine concern, underscoring his understanding of the pressures and sacrifices required to maintain their status as WWE's most formidable faction. Jimmy and Jey, in turn, are said to have responded with a mixture of relief, gratitude, and renewed determination. Insider reports indicate that the twins took the opportunity to voice their personal frustrations and ambitions, addressing moments when they felt overlooked or undervalued within the faction's hierarchy. This open, candid dialogue reportedly helped to re-establish trust, reaffirm loyalty, and set the stage for a united front heading into Crown Jewel, a critical event where the Bloodline's dominance will be tested on a global stage. Emotional depth, family, and faction. What makes this reunion particularly compelling is the emotional depth involved. WWE has always blended athleticism with storytelling, and the Bloodline's narrative is among the most emotionally resonant of recent years. Roman Reigns, Jimmy, and Jey Uso are not just performers. They are real-life family members whose relationships carry weight both in and out of the ring. The reunion reportedly included moments of vulnerability where the cousins reflected on the sacrifices, pressures, and expectations placed on them as top performers in WWE. Backstage sources note that Roman, often portrayed as the unwavering tribal chief, showed glimpses of the emotional complexity that has long been hinted at in WWE storylines. He reportedly emphasized that while leadership comes with authority, it also comes with responsibility to protect, guide, and empower those who follow him. For Jimmy and Jey, this acknowledgement appears to have been profoundly meaningful, reinforcing both their personal bond and their shared mission as the Bloodline. Strategic implications for Crown Jewel. Beyond the emotional resonance, this reunion carries significant strategic implications for WWE and the upcoming Crown Jewel event. The Bloodline's cohesion is crucial for maintaining their dominance against rival factions and top-tier competitors. Sources suggest that the reunion has reinvigorated the trio's confidence, focus, and tactical coordination, setting the stage for a performance that is both dominant and emotionally compelling in front of a global audience. Insiders indicate that WWE Creative has already adjusted segments and storylines to reflect the strengthened unity of the Bloodline. The reunion, while personal and authentic, also serves as a narrative pivot, signaling to fans that the faction is entering a new phase, one that blends emotional stakes with in-ring dominance. This careful integration of real-life dynamics and storyline development is a hallmark of WWE's storytelling approach, and the Bloodline reunion appears to be a textbook example of that strategy. Rebuilding trust, the importance of dialogue. One of the key takeaways from this backstage moment is the emphasis on dialogue and trust. WWE performers operate under immense physical and psychological pressures, and the relationships they maintain backstage often influence their on-screen performances. By taking the time to address grievances, acknowledge contributions, and reaffirm shared goals, Roman, Jimmy, and Jay have reportedly strengthened not only their personal bonds, but also their professional collaboration. Sources close to the situation suggest that this conversation included acknowledgement of past mistakes, expressions of respect, and mutual commitments to supporting one another in both storylines and personal well-being. For fans, this means that upcoming segments involving the Bloodline may carry a heightened sense of authenticity, depth, and emotional stakes that will resonate far beyond the scripted outcomes of matches. Fans' reactions and anticipation. Word of the reunion has generated a surge of excitement among WWE fans and analysts alike. Social media platforms are abuzz with speculation, praise, and predictions for how this renewed unity will manifest at Crown Jewel. Fans have long been captivated by the Bloodline's narrative, and backstage developments like this add an additional layer of intrigue, creating anticipation not just for the matches themselves, but for the interpersonal dynamics that will unfold in front of a live audience. Insiders suggest that WWE marketing teams are also capitalizing on the emotional resonance of the reunion, teasing segments that highlight the familial bond, loyalty, and resilience of the Bloodline, while subtly hinting at potential conflicts and dramatic twists that may arise during Crown Jewel. The combination of authentic backstage developments and strategic storytelling has the potential to create some of the most compelling WWE content in recent memory.